barrels, so you're talking 28, talking basically 46 cases of beer.
Okay, so this is a 3 BBL system here. I had the video turned off, so it turned back on. All stainless, of course.
Yeah, and what I have here is the hot liquor tank. This is an electric brew system. You see the electric control panel. Everything in here is electric.
Okay.
That was something else we had to do, was upgrade the electric.
Yeah, it
here.
looked like this is all new stuff.
Yeah, we had to add 600 amp 3-phase besides 200 amp that was
So it's
already
drawing
here.
a lot of power for sure.
This is 200 amp just for the brew system.
Wow.
Because basically you got hot water elements that are in there.
So talk about your hot liquor system. What's this container doing?
What I'll be doing, actually I could start now. I'm filling up water we're going to be brewing tomorrow.
Okay.
And what I'll do here is fill up the sparge water.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing this has is I do step infusions.
Yeah, okay.
I do a lot of European style lagers.
Right.
And I got in the habit of doing a step infusion because, first of all, it's more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I think you develop more flavors. But
So what does a step infusion mean? It sounds fairly self-explanatory, but I could be wrong.
Well, most people are doing single infusion mashes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Where they'll heat their mash water up to a set temperature, you mix the grains in.
Yep.
And then if you can, you do a mash out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But with step infusion, I start with a lower temperature.
Okay.
And then I'll rest it for like 20 minutes. Then I'll heat up. I'll actually start the pump, and this has a Hermes coil in it. You take a look at here. That's a heat exchanger. You see inside there.
Oh, that's a badass machine.
And actually, I'm going to take the lid off it right now. Get a better view in there.
Watch me drop the phone in there.
Now, you probably bend down and get it. I probably can't.
So this is all stainless here. This
is.
This looks like a stainless tank, a stainless heating coil. I don't know what the official term for it is, but
It's a heat exchanger.
heat exchanger.
So basically, what we'll be doing when I go to do the step infusion, I'll do the single step here, the first mash in.
Okay.
And then after 20 minutes, I'll start circulating through the pump and running it through this heat exchanger. So the water in here is heated to 190 degrees.
Right.
To allow us to exchange the thermal from the hot water through the coil and return it back to here, so we're recirculating it around.
Okay.
And then it might take 40 minutes to step that thing up to 158 is usually what I target.
So where do you pitch your yeast?
Yeast goes in the fermenter when we're done.
Okay,
so actually, let's say I'm done, the mash is done. What I end up start doing is a sparge. I will start pumping the water out of here, pumping it over to the mash, allowing it to flow through from the top. Mash has a full bottom in it.
Yeah. Those are super handy for like.
This keeps the grain above it so you can rinse the
collection of all the crap.
Yep, and it allows you to rinse out the malt sugars.
Right.
Then from there, we pump them into the brew kettle.
So do you have everything already connected to do all the pumping, or do you have to adjust all your
Well, no, the pumps are there. I just got to hook up hoses.
Yeah, you got to.
So it's not hard pipe.
Okay, right.
It's a soft pipe system, and then over here is the kettle. So you can see the 4 heating elements inside the kettle. And then of course we would pump in there, and then I would start the boil in the kettle. I would do a 90-minute boil.
Okay.
30 minutes in, I'd add my bittering hops. And then basically a flame out, I would add the flavor hop.
So you said this is what, 48 cases right here?
No, this is a double batcher.
Okay.
That's a 7-barrel.
So this is bigger than the rest of your equipment, relatively speaking.
Yes,
So you could like do two brews, two like cycles through and do it all here.
Yes.
So this would be close to 100 cases of beer inside this bad boy.
Yes, it would.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Now, of course, we're doing everything in kegs right now.
Sure.
But we'll get into canning down the road, but the initial thing is just servicing for the bar.
Yeah, got it. Cool.
And I'll take you into the 2 walk-in coolers behind you here.
Okay.
We got 2. One is for, of course, the cold beer storage, and I got the bright tank in.
This would not be a bad place to freeze to death.
I got enough insulation. I won't freeze.
Make sure we have a key.
So
this is what, like 30, 40?
36 degrees in here right now.
This is 36 degrees, so if it gets really hot as hell, and my air conditioner gives out, I'm coming over. I'm gonna wear.
I don't know. You might try and drink all the beer.
Yeah. You find me in the morning. You find me in the morning like a monkey. They eat the weed.
All I need is one of my winter sleeping bags and a straw.
We have a little fire in the corner.
So what you see here is 2 batches of 3/4 we've already canned.
So this is a boatload of beer here, and this is a half keg. So this is about 6 cases
Well,
of
actually,
beer.
these are 50 liter. I bought them used, but they're very close to a half keg.
Okay, so that'd be about 6 cases of beer. About 6.
Yes.
A little bit less. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
And then over here, Mikey and I racked the beer over here yesterday. This is an IPA we got in the bright tank.
Okay.
This is where we actually carbonate the beer.
Oh, nice.
So I'll carbonate it here, let it in here for a day or 2 or 3, or depending on what I get around, and then we keg out of there. This is the second cooler I built. This is a fermentation cooler.
So this is where you lager your beer.
I got a lager, and I'm setting the tent now for doing the ales.
Oh man, awesome.
Notice how much warmer it is in here.
So what's going to be the ale that you make after this one?
I'm doing another IPA,
Okay.
and then next week I'm going to do my cream ale.
Oh, that's cool. So what makes a cream ale?
Cream ale is a style that originated in late 1800s, mid 1800s,
Yep.
when people could not get lager yeast.
Yeah, right.
Okay, they made like a lager recipe, fermented,
Oh, interesting.
fermented warmer with the ale yeast.
So it's an opposite of like California.
Well, they're related. They're related.
Yeah, okay.
The recipe's different with the California.
Okay.
But what they would do is cold age it after fermented
interesting.
warm.
No fooling.
So
Wow.
to try and duplicate the lagers like
That's cool.
And they're easy, smooth drinking. I make a pre-pro cream ale, which means less than 25% corn. It's one of the hallmarks of the cream ale is they use corn.
Yeah, it does have corn. That's like Genesee cream ale.
Yeah, Jenny, I used to drink years ago.
Yeah.
That's more of a modern version where they're using more.
Do you remember the term the Jenny squirts, where you had more than a couple of them next day you were on the job?
Mud boats.
Yeah, we don't know what caused that, but it was well known that.
We all cut our teeth on the returnable cheap beers way back when.
Oh yeah, my buddy's dad used to get returnables of old Chesterfield ale.
Yep, I used to too.
And it was like $5 a case.
It was.
And then
And that
returnables.
actually wasn't too bad.
Oh, that thing could have killed rats back in the day.
I like it.
Old Chesty right now is not bad, but back in the day.
Chetty.
Oh, Jenny cream ale was decent. That was better.
Chetty. It's short version. CHETT. Chetty.
Oh,
Chesterfield ale.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Okay.
And in Millersville, when I was at Millersville, they had Yangling Premium at a party. The college kids refused to drink it.
Yeah, that's what we drank.
It was the only party I'd ever been to where the college kids refused to drink beer. Now, you were a couple years after, but Yangling got its act together.
Well, Yingling Porter, I used to get half kegs of that in the 80s.
Yeah.
That in the 80s out of the keg, the porter was a lot better than their porter today.
Yeah, but you
It
know,
reminded you more along the lines of this porter.
you know when Dick Yangling took over, the quality got better.
Oh yeah, well, Dave Castanelli came on board, came out with the lager.
Who was this guy that came on board?
Dave Castanelli was the guy in charge of sales. He's the
Okay.
one that came out with Yingling lager.
That really
And that's what
fucking
really exploded and put that back.
Yeah, it was in the bars in Lancaster probably in the late 80s.
I was glad to see Yingling make the comeback.
Yeah.
It was great to see them not go out of business.
Yeah.
And now they're the largest American-owned brewery in the United
Yeah,
States.
some of those regional breweries went out because they got knocked out by the big guys.
Yes.
But Yangling pivoted at the right time. They started making a better beer at about the right time to start making better beer. But people's expectations were a little higher.
They
Like Sam-
survived a rough time though.
Yeah, sure. Like they had hometown, like people.
That's why they survived.
And
Yes.
Pottsville were
The
really.
loyalty of the people
Yeah,
were
yeah,
down,
for sure.
without a doubt.
Cool.
Now I just dropped this down. I actually got to warm it up a